Hello. Good to see you guys all again. This week I read the Horizon report that basically addressed different trends going on in different campuses or education. One of the trends that really stood out to me was the one about rethinking how schools work. They talked about schools in Finland, how they don't have any standardized testing. They don't even have a bell to signal when school starts and when school ends. And it just seems like kids kind of learn at their own pace and teachers can actually teach versus being worried about a standardized test, the kids performing on a test. And they also said campuses aren't compared to each other. Like, so there's no data like if a low income family, low income schools don't do as well as more affluent schools. They're not worried about any of that. So I thought that was really impressive. And of course, their scores are probably, those kids are probably performing at high rates in math and science compared to United States.
I'm really curious to see if they gave them one of our standardized tests to see how that very interesting.
Yeah.
They still, again, in this one, they talked about ConnectEd, the Connect program, which that's all over our district right now. I've said that before, which I think is pretty great. Kids learning at their own pace. And they talked about blended learning, some online teaching or online learning, and then then face-to-face with the teacher. I love that. And, but a lot of this really seems geared towards upper grades, middle school and above.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like a lot of project-based, they're trying to implement that at our campus right now, project-based learning, and it's so overwhelming because I teach third grade and it's a lot for them. So you have to really kind of bring it down more so to their level where they can work independently in a group of 4 or 5 and actually research a topic on an iPad or a computer. It's a lot, but I think it's kind of the reality of what you have to do when you're in high school and college. So just a little bit of exposure I don't think it hurts them so much.
I also thought it was interesting. I know you brought up about Denmark or Finland. Finland, it was that they don't have a mandated national curriculum, but yet their scores outrank the world. I mean, they're like the top number one. But I guess maybe that's due to their individuality of learning, where the teacher is more of the facilitator, the student is more one-on-one, learning. And then I thought one part of this article that we read was redesigning learning spaces.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool how that, and I've seen it on Facebook too, how, it looks like a box and it just pops open and all of a sudden it's a classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this was saying even furniture was more flexible too. I guess you could,
I know
change it up.
Right, yeah. People have like the little bouncy balls that kids can sit on now, or just kind of, they've gotten away from desk and it's like tables with like dining room chairs and things like that, just non-traditional seating, and the kids seem to respond really well to it. So.
Mm-hmm.
And the article that we read, it applies to the ISTE standards because that it's incorporating the cooperative learning where that they're able to interface with other students to, further their education. And then also it's helping the teachers to incorporate technology into their classrooms as well.
Mm-hmm. And one of them was the professional growth, and it connects to professional growth because it talked about teachers learning the technology, and then it talked about it's the standard within the unit is professional development and program evaluation. So obviously looking at technology, deciding if it works, if it doesn't work, pertaining to whatever subject area, they talked about that in the Horizon report as well. Sorry. We're out of time, guys.
Okay. Well, good talking with you guys.
All
It was
right.
good talking with y'all.